if you're using DaVinci Resolve and you want to take your editing game to the next level, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm breaking down my favorite and most powerful plugins that will save you a lot of time, enhance your workflow, and overall make your videos more professional. And if you don't know me, I'm Peter. I'm a content creator and filmmaker in Budapest, Hungary. I make gear reviews, tutorials about filmmaking and photography, so check my channel and maybe you will find something useful there. Let's dive into the plugins. First, let me show you my own custom plugins. You know, I really like speed ramps, and I also know that how time-consuming to create these viral effects, so I try to have with that. My plugins help you to focus more onto the creative part and don't burn your energies. So first, you can see this duplicated clone effects. There are some presets, but you can also customize it as you wish. I have this lighting effect. I really like it because I can enhance almost everything. I recommend to use it on certain part of the image by using masks, so it has a lot of opportunities. And also you can change the glow, the color, everything that you want. The next one is the offset effect, and it works like the previous one, just drag and drop to the clip. The next plugin is a really great one, which is Dehancer. I know that a lot of you heard about Dehancer. It's basically a film emulation plugin, and I'm really happy with that. It has separate plugins for video and images, so if you want to add halation and bloom effects in Lightroom, for example, you can do that, but it has the same effects in editing software, so also DaVinci Resolve, Premiere Pro, I think Final Cut Pro, maybe. It can produce really filmic vibe. I really like that because it has a lot of effects and film stocks to stylize your image. So actually it can turn your action cam footage into cinematic memories. I don't like to use the cinematic word, but footage after Dehancer looks like my childhood memories in my head. I will show you my recipe for free, so you can download it. The link in the description below. I made this power grid especially for the DJI Action 5 Pro, but if you want, you can change the color space transform and you can use any camera what you want, GoPros as well. What I really like in Dehancer is the print emulations, and I also want to mention that the halation and blooming or glowing effects are really efficient, so my Mac easily play back even with the grain and halation and blooming turned on, which is really useful. So you will get a lot of tools to play with, and you can also use the effects separately too. In a lot of cases I don't want a full emulation, I just only need some halation or some blooming effects or the highlight compression, so I can use it separately, which is really great. So make it simple. Dehancer basically a mix of tools in one package. It's pretty easy to grade your footage even in OneNote. I have a link in the description below, so if you use my link, you will get 10% off of Dehancer. The third is MotionVFX. They let me test a bunch of their plugins, so I say thank you for them. What I really like about MotionVFX that they have a really strong uniform quality across all of their plugins. Sleek titles, transitions and effects. The tools are categorized by topics, so you can decide which could be interesting for you. And on the product page, usually you can find tutorials, and if you scroll down, you can find the assets. It's nice because you can see what you will get. For example, this M review. What was that? Yeah, if you scroll down, you can find a teaser and a tutorial. And if you scroll down more, you can find the effects. So let's see a sample with the M review. If you click to the toolbox and start typing M review, then you can see all of the assets. I used this M review title 5, and if you drag and drop to your timeline, you can see it looks really nice, and in the right side you can adjust the content controls, content position, scale, and under the title controls type the DJI Action 5 Pro and you're done. This title looks really cool. For this next animation I will use two of the MotionVFX templates. First, you need an adjustment clip and this MKBHD split screen effect. Drag and drop here. If you play back, you can see it's from the wrong side. So go to the right side, click to Effect Controls, check out this and check out this one. And you can see you get a really great side panel animation. For the second one, type M review, and we would like to find it under titles. And if you scroll down, you can see M review checkout 1. Drag and drop here, and you can see it looks amazing. Your only job, position this one better, click to content controls and drag to the middle. For example, instead of layout, I type body, and you can do the rest. Let's see the animation. I think it looks also really great. Go further. For this animation, I also used two of the templates. The first is mreview meter 2. Drag and drop here. And you can customize it too. On the right side, title, type 48 gigabytes. Subtitle, I change it internal memory. And I want to change this progress bar because I want a full circle here. So go to the graphics control, set the value select to 100%. And if you play back, you can see it's a full circle now. And to make it more interesting, I use an arrow. mreview scribble arrow. Drag and drop here. And if you select this clip, set the content position and play back. It's really great again. Next one is this rating. Drag and drop here. Set the length. And you can type, instead of rating, the quality. And set the rating value to 4.5 star. It's that easy. I think it would be much more time if I want to animate it by hand, so it could save a lot of time. The next one is a more interesting one. I show you how can you do that too. Because from the edit page you can't really track an object like this. So you have to go to the Fusion page, select the media in, press Shift plus space and type tracker. You can see a little square appeared here. Click and drag it to the O and press this track forward and reverse button. Wait until the track ends, it sticks to your target, and go to the operation, click match move and leave it as it was, and click to the templates, and you have to wait a lot. Finally, M review, and you can find all of the MotionVFX templates there. Find this lower third, and this is the mreview callout 3. Drag and drop here. You can see a new node created. Click here and connect it to the green input. And as you can see, this text follows the tracker what we made, but it's in the wrong position. We should adjust this position. Click to the content controls and drag it. And if you play it back, it looks really nice and professional. And also, you can change the color if you want to. So, callout controls, title controls, and if you click here, you can change the other color. For example, this one, go back to the editing page and you customized it. But we want to make a small zoom here. So grab an adjustment layer, type mHeight deck, and if you go to the effects, this one, grab and drop to the adjustment layer. But we don't need this square. You can turn it off if you drag it to 0. And you get this nice zooming effect. And this last one looks like Apple made it, but actually it's really easy to do. Again, you need two templates from MotionVFX. First, you need an adjustment layer. This will be our background. Type M keynote, and here you can find under the background the background 1. Drag and drop here. The background looks nice. And the second, we would like to find it under the titles. mreview comparison, and drag and drop again. And if you select the comparison, you can change the versionings to DJI Action 5 Pro set the scale, go down, list text controls. You can see there is a highlighted area. You can adjust the selection with this right on slider. Maybe set this 4K 120 FPS, and in the left side, yeah, this one, it's highlighted. So it's really easy to build that kind of professional looks with MotionVFX templates. The next one is MonoNodes. I've already made a video about this plugin, but I want to summarize it quickly. If you haven't seen it, just click to this video. MonoNodes basically has really great tools for color grading. It helps you to manipulate the colors, the saturation and the density, so it makes the process so much easier. It works as a DCTL, but don't be scared, it's really easy. Just select the DCTL and drag and drop to your node as a usual effect. For example, I usually use 3 of the DCTLs. One for checking the skin tones, it's the balance node. If you make a new node here, DCTL, drag and drop here, and click, and you can see on the viewer that something weird happened. The yellow means the skin tone is right, and the magenta and the green means you have to adjust the skin. But every skin has parts which is more magenta and green, so if your skin looks like this, it means it's okay. But if you see something like this or this, it means you have to adjust the skin. The second one is the hue, saturation and density DCTL. If you drag and drop here, this is the triple, I want to use this triple set density hue, turn off the balance. You can easily pair with the balance node, so if your skin is not right, then with the skin hue slider, you can easily achieve the perfect skin tone. And after that, you can just turn on the balance, and it's basically the perfect skin tone. It's so much easier to see and adjust the colors with the sliders than curves. So this tool helps you a lot with the color grading. If you want to make the water more cyan, then just easily pull this slider to the right side and it's more cyan, and if you pull it to the left side, it's more purple. Really easy to adjust the colors. The third DCTL is the brightness. Grab the DCTL, put it here, and find the brightness DCTL, Mono Brightness 2. So basically this DCTL can adjust the luminance of the colors. So if I want more brightness on my skin, then I adjust this red brightness, so I get more bright skin tone. Sometimes it helps with the skin tones when your subject is too dark, and it helps you to level up the brightness of the skin. But there are many other DCTLs and plugins, so check that because there are a lot of hidden gems. The next one is Tween. What I've been really missing from DaVinci Resolve is a great animation tool, which can animate an object from point A to point B. But I found this plugin and it really fills the gap. This is called Tween. If you want to animate a logo, text or image, Tween basically makes the animations and the keyframes for you automatically. It has a point A and a point B. The yellow, it's the point A, and the second, the blue, is the point B. If you click here to show view controls, it will show the yellow one. If you move this one, you can see the blue one, which is the point B. The yellow one is the starting point right now. If I play back, you can see my logo went from yellow to the blue one. But if I want to go from here to another point, I have to make a cut. And you can see it starts again with the yellow. If you click these flip positions, then you can see the start of this clip, the same as the end of the other clip. And basically it goes back to the original point. Then I have to adjust the yellow one. So if I drag here and add some scale, then you can see it's magic. The next one is Wipp Templates. There is a guy called Jake Wipp who made this amazing plugin collection. This editor collection is pure gold if you're a video editor. If you make a lot of videos, then this one is one of the best package which will speed up your workflow. First, you have to know there are two types of templates. The one is the effects, which works like drag and drop, and the generators, which works like an adjustment layer. Let me show you if you want an animated text. First, you need a background. Bam! You can download it from Envato Elements or make it on your own. You need a text. it's not so appealing, so click to the text, change the font to Halagar, set to bold, change the text to best. It looks okay, but if you want to add more dimensions to the text, then click shading and click to the gradient, set this one to something like this. And it looks much better than before. Bam! For the opening animation, we can use the Wipp animate. And if you're in the FX page, type Wipp, and you can see in the first page, here is the Wipp animate. Drag, drop to the text. And if you play it back, you can see nothing happened because the animation is not enabled. On the right side, I can show you, and we have a global anim engine. So basically, in this Wipp animate, you have to enable certain behaviors like size, and it animates the in part and the end. If you turn off the end, there is no auto animation. But you can combine the different animation methods. The position and the size are enabled right now. You can see there is a size animation and a position animation also. Bam. So it's really easy and quick to animate things. First, we need an opening animation, which is the position, but I think it's too much for me. I want to start from here and ends here. We should adjust this start offset, and if you play back, you can see it makes that small and smooth animation. The next is, I want to use this blur. I think it looks already really cool, but it pops a little bit too aggressive. So we will use the opacity, and it looks really smooth. Let's start with this one. Set the position. Here is the best. Make a copy by holding down Option and drag the clip. Change the text. DaVinci. Go to the effects back and go down. And we need a third one. Let's say plugins. Yeah, it's better. But we have some tricks. If you go to the utility, there is a shadow controls. It adds a drop shadow to your text. We should change these plugins. We should change the font and change the shading to blue and change this one to white. But this animation, it's a little bit boring, so I want to change to come from the side and not from here. In the position, I change this one to 0, this start direction. The third one is maybe 90, and maybe it will come from above. And what I miss from this text animation, one thing, the glow. And I think it looks really great. It can make our animation so much better. This was the Wipp animate. Okay, go to the next one. Here are the templates which works like an effect, and here are the generators. So let's start with this Wipp 3D camera. If you have a text like this, like we have done before, this is the Wipp 3D camera, and it makes 3D camera movement. You can see slowly it zooms in to the footage. Really cool one. The next is the Wipp background, and if you drag and drop, it makes background for you. You can adjust the grid size. It can be circles, it can be rectangles, small crosses, and custom also. So there are a lot of opportunities. The next one is Wipp blur. So if you have a footage like this, and if you want to add some text animations here and want to blur the background, just drag and drop here and it animates the blur effect. You can see it looks really great. The next one is Wipp frame. I usually use this as an effect. So if I have, for example, an image, something like this, it could be this studio icon also. And if you drag and drop the Wipp frame effect, you can see it fills the background. So if you play it back, you can see nice smooth animation. The next one is one of my favorite, which is Wipp Highlight. So if you want to make a tutorial with screen recordings, the Wipp Highlight will be your best friend. You can easily highlight certain parts of the frame. If you drag and drop like an adjustment layer, if you turn this preview off, you can see which will be the highlighted part. But let's start with the window 1. I think I will set it to the middle preview. The second window will be the effects, something like this. And the third one will be my timeline, maybe this one. This plugin will animate these windows as highlighted areas. So if we turn off this preview, but we need to adjust the positions. And if you play it back right now, it makes this really cool animation. And I think it would cost a lot of time to make this effect on your own. The next Wipp Magnify, which is like the Wipp Highlight, just magnifying one part. You can set the center, then it will magnify that one. The next one is Wipp Marker. It's beneficial most for text. If we have a quote like this, we would like to highlight a certain part, just use the Wipp Marker, drag and drop here, and it can mark a certain part of the image. Yeah, basically that's it. The next one is the Wipp Panel. The Wipp Panel is a really useful plugin. Basically it makes that side animation. When a small panel just slides into your image, you can put there some information. So if you drag and drop here, bam, and you can adjust the text here and you can place image or anything you want. So the panel color would be better if it's a little bit gray like this, and this animation looks again really great and it's really useful. The next one is Wipp Pivot, which is really interesting one. It works really great with the Wipp Zoom. If you want a motion like this, zooming in and then slide somewhere into the image. So let's see the animation. Bam, 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 bam. Wipp Shake, which is small shake animation. You can use it as an effect also. There is a Wipp Underlay. I usually use this to show some text on the bottom of the page. And it's much better with the Wipp Underlay. It's a small thing, but it helps a lot. But my friend Jake has the editor titles, which is basically a really great title collection where you have built-in presets like slide up, swing, but he has other stuff too, like really cool call-out animations. It works the same like the MotionVFX one, so you can use it on the Fusion page. Wipp Templates, the editor titles, and here are the call-outs. So it works really great if you drag and drop here, connect it to the green line, and position the text around here. Yeah, and that's it. So if you play it back, it sticks to your O. But you will have a lot of options. Here are the cinematic packs, if you want some cinematic title animations. And the third one is the timers. If you want to show how much time is left, then it's a really great option. You should check it out. I would like to say thank you to Jake to let me try his plugins out. I think it's a really useful toolkit. So if you're a video editor, this is a must-have. I think it worth this. How much? I have to check it. The editor collection is only $60, so I think it's really worth the price. It will be your best friend. So thank you again, Jake. You can find links in the description below, don't miss it. The next plugin is from a guy who called SUALVI, and you can find a lot of tutorials on YouTube about his plugins, and he made a bunch of them. So let's start with his Paperfold plugin. If you want the best Paperfold plugin for DaVinci Resolve, you have to check this one. because it looks amazing. We need a simple background. I would like to animate this DaVinci icon. Type paper fold and let's drag the first one. Adjust the size and you can see the animation. If you want, you can turn off the side paper view control, dang, and you only have this animation, which looks really good. What is the problem? This logo does not match with the movement of the paper. So if you go to the next panel, if you track to the end, it moves with the paper. It looks amazing, guys. So if you want the best paper fold animation, then check this one. But you can use it, as I said, with the paper view control, so you can see the actual paper here. This looks amazing. If you want to add some text, also paper fold text, so if you play it back, and don't miss that one, because it has transitions also. So if you go here and you can see a bunch of transitions. And the first one is great. So this is the animation, bam. If you need paper fold, animations, transitions or lower thirds, I think this paper fold plugin is the best right now. But I got a lot of other plugins from SUALVI, so thank you Kevin to let me test your plugins. Let's see another one. He got a lot of transitions, so if you type SUALVI, you can see there are a lot of transitions here. Maybe this first one, bam. So you can check it, there are a lot of great ones. He got a really great title pack. It looks really nice. You will get a lot of great titles in this pack. Bro, this is dope. He got really great timer animations. I think looks really cool. Let's go to the effects. I really like the animated split screen effects. So, for example, if I have 3 clips, then I have to make a new fusion clip and put this is an animated split screen effect. I really like this, bro. You can make anything you want, 3, 4, 2 in vertical aspect ratios, so you got everything. And I will show you one of my favorite one, which is the text FX pack. Nowadays I saw a lot of great text animations, and this is a really great one. We have to turn the motion blur off and it will work much more faster. So if you go back to the text and I say plugins, okay, let's say to edit, we can also do the shading here. Bam, you get really great animations here. So basically it's the base of the viral text animations, which is really popular now on Instagram. And Kevin made some presets to make your life more easier, and you can easily transform his presets to your taste. And I think you can get really great and professional text animations with that. Thanks for sticking around until the end, you're a legend. These plugins were my favorite ones. If I missed some, comment yours under the video. I hope you learned something new which could help you elevate your videos. And thank you again to everyone who made this video possible. I've only scratched the surface what these plugins can do. If you want to learn more, check all the links in the description below. Thank you again for watching, and I am Peter, and see you guys in the next one. Peace.